Fifth time overall and the second time on V-Speed. The Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series, presented by Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and KTM. Thrilled to be back here in the booth with you for the second season here on V-Speed of this league. I'm Morgan Cook, your host and producer. Check us out on vspeedsim.com or on X at vspeedsim. And if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe to the video. It's going to help us out quite a bit and bring you more racing action you can't see anywhere else. You found us, you might as well stick around a while. Now we are at a racetrack everyone knows all too well, one they call Daytona, the mecca of motorsports, the home of the Great American Race. 2.5 miles of glory, packed racing, using the air to go fast and faster than the person beside you, in front of you, or behind you. 31-degree banking in the corners. You got the four corners and the tri-oval as well. Pushing can be difficult in that tri-oval section, but it'll be fun tonight. I have no doubts about it. We got a pretty good field here, and we are going to get to it here in about a minute and 30 seconds. Let's have a look at the schedule for season number 9. Daytona, Iowa, Michigan. Charlotte, the fairgrounds in Nashville. That's the little short track. Then the flat track in New Hampshire. Sonoma, Dega, Rockingham, and that is your regular season. Then the round of 12 to Auto Club in Irwindale. Much different racetracks in that round. A little break for Christmas. Then Richmond, Kansas, Bristol, and Vegas will round out your round of 4 and determine a champion in Season 9 of the Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series. Should be a fun one. Now let's talk about this race here at Daytona. We're going to go about 60 laps here tonight. Potential for more if cautions fall that way. 150 miles will be the scheduled distance. People are telling me about 40 laps on fuel, making this a one-stop race. And you have 3 or 4 sets of tires. I'm not exactly sure which. That should not come into effect here tonight. We should not be too worried about tires in that regard. But let's have a quick look at our first award of the day. And that is, of course, the Kinder Farm and Ranch Pole Award. And the driver today winning that one, it's going to be Kyle Roberts in the 35. Congratulations to you, Mr. Roberts, on winning the first Kinder Farm and Ranch Pole Award of season number 9. Now we can get into the grid here in just a second. There it is on your screen. The gaps are going to be very, very close between all these drivers. Kyle Roberts, gets the pole. Stephen Davis alongside him in second position. Third spot's going to be Jacob Boehm in the 18. Jason Lottridge in the Bluey 03 will start in fourth. Fifth position at the moment belongs to Eric Tracy in the 66. Cody Boehm will start in the 6th position. Seventh spot, Jeremiah Holt in the 73. Philip Manzo will start in the 8th position. And rounding out your top 10, Johnny Cofield in the 97. Mickey the King Isaac in the 10th position. 11th will be last year's champion Elliot Carlson in the 09. Dylan Bates in the 91 was a hard charger last year. He will start in the 12th position. And in the season opener, Carl Gerard, who is new to the series, will start 13th. Corey Bigley, working with that driver, will start 14th. 15th position belongs to Mike Bertosa in the 43, and Jimmy Cofield will start 16th in the number 3. 17th in the 17, Josh Oswald making his return, and Kieran Church, the winner of this race last year, will start in 18th. 19th position will be Rick Rube in the 81. Christopher Heiner in the 24 starts in 20th. And the last row on your grid, Mike Veith in the 9 and Davey Jones in the 10, 21st and 22nd, respectively. Let's get down trackside and have a look at the cars as they roll off of the pit lane. As they still sit on the pit lane. Should be getting going here in mere moments. We have seen the entire grid to this point. As we wait for them to roll off the pit lane here. Interesting camera angle. There's the pace truck moving. That's what we like to see. Daytona, a track that is so commonly used to start seasons as it is in the NASCAR season. It'll be the first race here tonight. Should be a fun one. Should be a fun one. As they roll through turns 1 and 2, taking what should be the only pace lap. I believe the pace lights are out on the pace truck. Yes, they are. We will be going green this time by when we get around to the exit of turn 4, where so many races have been decided. But right now we are simply off of turn 2, where you would commit to pit exit. You saw the blue line on the left of your screen. It's gone now, but drivers will have to make sure all 4 tires are on that blue line when they come out of pit road, or else that will be a penalty. Something you do not want to have with such quick pit stops here in Daytona. A lot of fuel only is what I would imagine. We're going to have to wait and see to find out. So in about 60 laps, we're going to have a winner to kick off Season 9. That driver will be locked into the playoffs. That's new this year. In previous years, it was not a win-in-you're-in system. It was a full season points system. That is not the case this season. You win one of these first 9 races, you get locked in to that first round of the playoffs, and then you have to work your way from there. So let's see who the first driver to lock themselves into the playoffs is going to be. Will it be your pole sitter, Kyle Roberts? Or will it be somebody else? Roll into the restart zone for the first time tonight. And we are green for Season 9 at Daytona. The lead lap number 1 of the season. Pole sitter Kyle Roberts going to get that task completed right off the bat. The good push in the 18 of BAME. See Stephen Davis hanging on the outside, trying to keep that 4th position. Not sure if he's going to be able to do that. Looks like the bottom line is much more organized than the top side, but it might take a lap, and the top side could become dominant. As we work the 2nd lap of the race, you're going to see side by side like this all race long. Just about a little contact there for the 4th position as we have a move. Eric Tracy to the top side. Going to go lead some laps. Hard to do with no help, but here comes Stephen Davis. Massive racetrack here in Daytona. Big push to the back of the 67. Down the backstretch. First lead change of the day on track. Will it hold at the start-finish line? That's the question these drivers are wondering, is how big will the runs be and how controllable will the runs be? It looks like the 35 is going to get back to the spot. But here comes Tracy on the high line. Roberts is going to edge him out at the start-finish line. 2 by 2 by 2 for the first 8 or 10 rows. Hard to make a move at this point in the race. You don't really know where to go. Not exactly sure who's going to go with you, who's got what in their truck. See Kieran Church doing the chicane, as he calls it. Just messing around in the back. Remember, this driver won this race last year after doing the chicane multiple times. It was quite something. Especially since I had no idea why he was doing that. It was simply for the funsies, for the memes, as they say. And the first time tonight, we got a lead change. Eric Tracy can move around Kyle Roberts on the high side to lead lap number 4. Drivers working hard to try and be efficient with their drafting. There are only 6 trucks in the outside lane, most of them lined up on the bottom, but really good pushes for both of these for all these front 4. The interesting thing about super speedway racing is that the run comes from right here. It's the 3rd car in line. We're currently riding on board with Jeremiah Holt. As Tracy's going to take the lead once again, will lead at the line. I think he did lead at the line. But it comes from this 3rd truck. You want to get as close as you can to the driver in front of you without touching him. That allows Jacob Bain to get right up on the back bumper of Kyle Roberts and really allows him to be locked on and push really hard. Where if you're a truck length off, like we might see here off the backstretch, you see there's quite a big gap between the 73 and the 18. That is not terribly efficient for the front 2 and could cause your line to back up a little bit. Something we'll have to watch all night, especially when we get down to the nitty-gritty in the lap 50 and on range. We'll see how hard these pushes become. Let's have a look a little further back in the field. We're going to ride on board with the 43 of Mike Bertosa in the 11th position. Just have a look, see what he's dealing with from inside the truck. Trying to work this high line with the car to your inside. That's Johnny Cofield in the 97. It looks easy at home, folks. It is anything but. At any given time, you are doing a number of things. You're planning your next move. You're trying to figure out if you have a run, where you take the run, what the fuel mileage looks like. Am I far enough up at the front? Do I want to fall back farther? What are the guys doing around me? What do the lines look like? Where are the runs coming from? All things a driver has to think about at a super speedway, or else they will very quickly find themselves in a less than optimal situation, potentially like Kieran Church, who's just riding at the back. Now this, I assume, is by design, as he is one of the few drivers to lose positions in this race, currently down 4 spots, and he's again doing the chicane, some chicanery back here. 22nd for Kieran Church. Oh, big wreck! Massive crash! Whole field's in it. Everyone but the top 2's involved. What happened here? First, Salty South Leather wreckage rewind of the season. Here we go. Oh, it was the Bluey truck. Oh, no. Oh, goodness. Look at all the damage. Look at all the carnage. Let's have a look what happened with Bluey. That's Jason Lottridge. And that truck got destroyed. The tires flying off of it. All right, here we go. He is currently 3rd truck on the high line. Looks like a bad bump, potentially. Stephen Davis had the lift, and that's exactly what it was. 03 got tagged in a bad spot in the corner, and that is a bunch of the field taken out in that accident. Although we do have a fast repair tonight, so all these drivers can get back into it. But not the start these drivers wanted to have, only 9 laps into 60. And that was Salty South Leather Wreckage Rewind number 1 of the season. Should be hitting the pit lane this time. This almost puts you in the window to make it to the end, if that 40 laps of fuel was correct that I was told earlier in the show. So every truck's going to hit the pit lane. Some of them had to tow here, unfortunately. Oh, missed the pit box at the 35. That is a suboptimal stop. He might lose a spot here. He will. Eric Tracy going to get around him. So is the 18. I don't think the 60 quite got him. 60 did get him. Wow. So disastrous stop for Kyle Roberts. Lost 3. Came in the leader. Came out in 4th. As we watch the rest of the trucks filter off of the pit lane. Might be a good chance to bring somebody up in the V-Speed booth. Let's see who we have to choose from. How about Philip Manzo? Driver we could talk to. Philip Manzo. It's Morgan up in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy.
What's that?
How are things going for the 138 so far in this race?
Just got a little caught up with Bowman, but looked like he was going to go down low. He came back up, and I just bumped him, turned him sideways.
Right. Yeah, that's what it looked like from our view as well. Just a check up in front of him, and obviously it's very difficult to see through the trucks in front of you, right? You're running 4th or 5th car on the high line here, but what does this 138 have to do to make its way up to the front of this field and win this race?
Right now, I'm going to pick. I'm getting tires. I need tires.
Fantastic.
After that wreck, I need to put a new set of tires on.
Right on. Well, good luck, Philip. Anyone you want to shout out while we have you up here in the booth?
Just shout out to Gene Walkinson.
All right. Thank you for your time, Philip.
Thank you. Take care.
All right, that is driver of the 138, currently on the pit lane, Philip Manzo. Back up front, Eric Tracy leads. Jacob Boehm now as we pace. Working lap number 11. This one should go by pretty quickly, folks. 60 laps at Daytona. Done in almost a blink of an eye, it feels like. And now that every driver is back on the racetrack with varying degrees of damage. See the 97 opting to not use the fast repair. Looks okay from this side, but you can kind of see it. That right front tire, the right front fender, not exactly the geometry you're looking for. Better look maybe from the back of Dylan Bates. Yeah, you can see that's a little banged up there, a little bit of paint scraped away on the right front of the 97. It's not going to cause the handling to go away. Handling not a terribly large factor here, but it could cause that truck to become a bit of a parachute. And that will not be helpful if he's trying to lead a line or make a move. So we'll see if that damage gets repaired later in the race by the 97. Oh, we're wrecking in the back. The 43 is around. What is going on? Mike Bertosa. See if we can get a quick replay here. We're going green here momentarily, I understand. But something happened here that we need to address. 43 just maybe trying to time that first gear start potentially. Oh, just locked it up. Yeah, spun it out. And we are pacing once again. That was your second Salty South Leather Wreckage Rewind of the day. That one, of course, Just a little oopsie. I don't think any harm, any foul on that one. Let's take a moment to mention series sponsor again. Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, KTM. Thank you for what you do sponsoring this series. Bringing it back to V-Speed for the second time for season number 9, which is incredible to say. Most iRacing leagues don't go past 4 years. To have 9 of them is incredible. Testament to all the admins here, all the drivers who make this thing happen. We got a field of 22 today, which is a good size for trucks at Daytona. Almost a fifth of the way through this race. Eric Tracy is your leader. Jacob Boehm in second. Stephen Davis, Kyle Roberts, your pole sitter, and Johnny Cofield are your top 5. Elliott Carlson, last year's champion. Jimmy Cofield, Josh Oswald, Davy Jones, and Christopher Heiner are your top 10. Biggest mover of the race so far, Davy Jones in the 10 machine. Up 13 positions from where he started, which was shotgun on the field up to the top 10. So good run so far for the driver of the 10. Can he hang on? Can he further that? That's the question we're asking. Into the restart zone for the second time tonight. Eric Tracy is off. We are back racing. Kyle Roberts, serious issues here. Oh, he's wrecking on the restart. The 35 is hard into the outside wall. And I think it's blown up. What is going on here? No, we're still going. I think he missed a shift. Single file out the entire inside line. The whole outside line is gone. Let's figure out what happened to Kyle Roberts on that restart. Quick replay. Yeah, just a little too much throttle, it looks like. And then it steered into the outside wall. That one not as much of a wreckage, and again, just another oopsie. Here, a couple handful of laps into this race. Working lap 14. Challenge coming on the top side. Jacob Boehm, Elliott Carlson. Going to work their way to the front. Saw 3 wide for a second behind them, as the 18 might get pushed out in front here. Carlson's doing everything he can to get that 18 out there. Try and follow him through. The front 4, side by side, nose to tail. Big run on the high line. If that lap led to Jacob Ames. He cuts down in front of Eric Tracy, trying to manage the lines. Not going to work. Not quite enough momentum to make that move happen. Unlike what you see on the NASCAR Cup Series races on TV, it is very difficult to manage lines. To go from the top to the bottom and block both lines, it is incredibly difficult in these trucks and in iRacing in general. You pretty much have to stay glued to one line. And you have to have quite a big lead in front of the driver behind you to swap lanes. The runs happen so fast here. Elliott Carlson driving that thing. He's got the 17 pushing him. Josh Oswald, let's ride on board. See what it's like to push from the 3rd position. Driver blinking out here. I think it's Stephen Davis in the 60. Having issues with the connection. The high line's working now. Big lift down the back stretch. Boehm moves to the inside. Oswald a little out of shape into turn number 3. your front 8 or so. Side by side. Everyone behind him, including Jimmy Cofield in 9th spot. Single file. Just tagging along. Just waiting patiently. The laps to tick by. We're close on fuel. My estimation is we're about 10 short. But the drivers at the front don't care. They want to lead laps. And if they have to splash and go at the end, they have to splash and go at the end. And that's just the way it's going to be. Still jockeying for position up at the front. 2 by 5 is what it looks like. There goes the 3 machine. Disappears for just a moment. On board with Davy Jones, who is no longer the biggest mover of the race. That would instead be Josh Oswald. He's going to gain another one. Maybe another 2. Massive push down the backstretch. To the back of last year's champion, Elliott Carlson. Will Carlson drop down in front of the 18? He will not. Now the 17's got to push him all over again, see if he can get him clear. But out of turn number 4, 18, with a mirror full of Eric Tracy. Going to easily clear. Yeah, Stephen Davis having some issues with the connection. That's how close the battle for the lead is and how close those cars get when they're pushing. Carlson's going to go down to the bottom this time. He's going to clear. Leaving the high line all alone for Josh Oswald. Can the 17 get up there? Can get to the quarter panel, but no further as we cross the finish line. Elliott Carlson to lead his first lap of the day, first lap of the season for the driver of the 09. And just like that, folks, we're a third of the way through this race. As Bain to the high line, Eric Tracy going to give a big push to your leader. And the push comes at just the right time as they drag race into turn number 3. The pack is forming back up, but still a lot of drivers purposefully hanging out of line. Drivers like Mickey the King Isaac, Christopher Heiner being the main one. He is the first truck with a gap in front of him to the pack. As we all saw that first accident, a lot of drivers use their fast repair, including the 24 we ride on board with. You know that if you get another crash like that, your day is done. It's over. It's finished. So riding around in the back is a safe move. If you remember, that last caution happened from the 4th position. The outside line with the momentum. Going to get right alongside. Back to 17. Might get him at the line. Ooh, that was close. Bain got him back. As Bain works around Carlson. Eric Tracy back to 3rd. Oh, we got contact. Oh, my goodness. Oh, we're still have contact up here. That was very close. The 18 washed up the track. The 17 came down a little bit. There was absolutely contact there, and the entire top 5, 6, 7 felt it. The 23 almost caught the wall off of turn 2, trying to avoid it, but we are getting very close with the side drafting here. Pretty early for that kind of maneuver. And while I don't have a cutaway car to show you how side drafting works, I can try and explain it while we look off the back bumper of your leader, Jacob Bain. So right now, after he gets a massive shove into the side of your lead. Oh my goodness, we're wrecking again. 23's in it, 97's in it. There it is. Oh, big hit. I didn't see who that was, but that was a massive shot. Couple drivers hitting the brakes here. Tokyo drifting for the 22. Let's go back. Figure out what caused this accident. We kind of saw it live, but we didn't get a good look at it. Another Salty South Leather Wreckage Rewind coming at you. Let's go back a little further here. All right, so this is all going to start up at the lead. As we were going to go through what side drafting was, that's a later conversation. We can worry about that after. You see Carlson and Bain, this is the start-finish line, working together. See, Bain goes to the high line, tries to block the 17, who gives him a shove, hits the 09. They all start checking up. Lottridge comes up onto the 23, and then, oh, that's Bates who nailed the wall, and Davy Jones. Might be some drivers out of this race after that accident. Let's go on board one more time. Let's see it from the 17's view, as he was the driver who kind of sparked all of this. Not by his doing, don't get me wrong, but another 30 seconds back here. So you'll see the 18 try and slide up to get the run. Not sure why he didn't just stay down on the bottom, but could have got out of shape or whatever the case is. No need to speculate. Comes up a little bit in front of the 17, gets a shot in probably the worst part of the racetrack to have rear contact. Lottridge is in the wall, and then it wrecks a few other cars behind him. That was your Salty South Leather Wreckage Rewind. Second caution of the day. 8 lead changes at the start-finish line so far, as this will get you to the end on fuel. Important stop to get right. You don't want to be like Kyle Roberts and lose all that track position. Saw Bigley miss pit road. Missed the pit box just a little bit. First driver out is Josh Oswald. Great stop for the 17. Everyone taking fuel only. Eric Tracy with the right side tires. Mickey Isaac, first driver with 4 tires. Then everyone else repairing damage. So let's chat about fast repairs, shall we? It's going to be faster for me to go through the drivers who have not used the fast repair than the ones who have used the fast repair. And those drivers are Josh Oswald. Still has a fast repair available. So does Stephen Davis. Jacob Boehm. Eric Tracy has one left. Back to 9th place, Kiernan Church riding behind the pack helped him out. Elliot Carlson still has one laying, and so does Corey Bigley. Every other driver in this field has used their fast repair already, meaning if they get any significant damage, they are likely going to not be able to finish this race. And that is less than ideal for the opener of the season. A short regular season, need all the points you can get. I think now is a good time for our first award of the season. Remember, we like to give out awards here. Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series, and the first one of the season is going to go to the hard charger of the race to this point, just about halfway through it. It's going to be your leader, Josh Oswald. The no-neck fast repair hard charger award as he blinks out on the screen. Fantastic timing for that. But that is going to be the driver who has passed the most cars to this point, 16 of them, as we work lap number 26. Congratulations, Josh Oswald, the first award winner of the season and the first winner of the No Neck Faster Pair Hard Charger Award. Congratulations to you, good sir. That's one for the mantle, surely. Pace lights are out. We'll be back racing within 2.5 miles. The field is 2 by 2 again, although we seem to have be missing part of the field. Where are they? Some drivers on pit road. Some drivers catching up from pit road, like Johnny Cofield, who did have to use the faster pair after tagging the outside wall. See Davy Jones. He's back in the race after the faster pair. 2 drivers currently a lap down in this race. Jeremiah Holt, Jason Lottridge, both 1 lap behind. Lottridge, after extensive repairs on pit road, remember he was he was a part of both of those cautions. Oh, biscuits indeed, Bluey. Oh, biscuits indeed. Through 3 and 4. Pace truck should be turning off shortly. As the field rolls by, you can hear the roar of the engines. Into the start zone. Green flag is out for the 3rd time today. And everything's looking smooth. No wild restarts. But Stephen Davis getting the push of his life from Eric Tracy right now. As the top 5 have broken away ever so slightly, Rick Rube having issues getting through the gears. The 81. There's a gap in front of him, and to his inside, Jimmy Cofield. As they quickly catch up to the front 4. What do you do with the run? Hold in line. That is the answer. As the 3rd row has connected the first 2 rows and everyone behind them. Caught back up here at Daytona. Josh Oswald continues to lead. A little bit of damage on the left rear of that truck. Not impacting the handle. You can see it behind that tire. Pretty scuffed up. Right on the BMS logo. Which a few of these drivers are sporting, including the 18 right behind him. So is the 22 of Kiernan Church. Oh, big slide. We got trucks all over the place. Manzo getting shoved out of line. He's going to fall back through the field. Still side by side at the front. None of these drivers can get away from each other. Simply cannot get away. Great racing so far here at Daytona. Any of these drivers could win this thing. Even Holt and Lottridge, who are a lap down, still have a great chance. This is one of the biggest leads we've seen today. It's less than a truck length. Here comes Stephen Davis on the high line. Look at that 60-car roll. Run stalls out, unfortunately. Let's do a through your field's going to be difficult, but let's maybe not chat with. Let's have a look at some drivers we haven't had a great look at today. Saw Dylan Bates earlier at a hard charge last season. He caught up in an accident for the 91, currently in the 14th position. Surely not where he wants to be running. We saw Cody Bame, who finished runner-up in last year's championship. The 9's in the wall behind him. We saw that 78 up at the front a little earlier. He's fallen back to the mid-teens. Just saw Mike Veith pop the outside wall ever so slightly. Breast Cancer Awareness Month on the side of the number 9. Kyle Roberts was the pole sitter. Currently back in 11th after a less than stellar restart. Cost him to hit the outside wall. Damage is repaired. He continues on just inside the top 10. Carl Girard making his first start of the season in that pink, purple, how about, and white 23. Good to see him here. Mike Bertosa got spun around on a pace lap. He is 9th. A little bit of damage on the front end of that machine, but nothing too severe. Another chicane maneuver by the 22. Sure people behind him love that. Mickey Isaacs, mentioned him earlier, up to the 8th position. Rick Rube, coming back from last year, running in the 6th spot. Quiet driver. Quiet and steady is the 81. Doesn't get in a lot of trouble, but finds himself up at the front more times than not. That's a quick look through some of the drivers in the field. We haven't got a ton of airtime today. We'll probably do that again here in about 15 more laps. Josh Oswald continues to lead by a truck length. Stephen Davis still trying his hardest to get to the outside. He's going to get even with him, even edge ahead by about a fender. But can the 60? No, the 60 cannot get enough of a run. It's 3 versus 2. 3 on the bottom, 2 on the top. And that is a math equation that does not work out in favor of the high line. But here comes the 60. He's going to get it that time. He did lead at the start-finish line. Will they clear? He will. Oh, down below the apron for the front 4. That's going to stack him up behind him. Just about saw some drivers not know how to avoid that. See, driver blinking out. That is Jimmy Cofield in the 3. Not what you want to see here tonight. Oh, there goes a car. Oh, that's Oswald. Big crash for the 17. Caution's out. The good news for everybody else in the field is that the connection issue saved every one of them. Notice, only the 17 is damaged. All the other drivers, Rick Rube, Mickey the King Isaac, they all got away from that unscathed. Let's go back and look at that from the view of Jimmy Cofield. I think he had a eyes wide open view of what happened at 17. Another Salty South Leather wreckage rewind on the way. This is after. So you can see the 17. Oh, 3's gone as well. Their 17 is the car right in front of the 18. We're right about the 18 here. Tracy kind of pushed the 60 down, and the 17 blinked, got a shot from the 18 who couldn't see him. 17 gets pushed up out of the groove into the 43 and around he goes. But luckily, for every other driver in the field, that is the only truck damaged in this accident. We just passed halfway. That was your Salty South Leather wreckage rewind. Back to the live shot here in mere moments. Eric Tracy going to bring him down pit road from the lead. I believe that 66 has led the most laps today with 8. I don't know if that's true. I think the 17 was out there for more than that. We'll see if Oswald can get back into it. He had not used the fast repair to that point. See, Mickey the King Isaac missed the pit box completely. It'll lose him a lot of spots. As Eric Tracy's already off pit road. Rick Rube going to follow behind him. Few drivers elect to stay out on the racetrack. Carl Gerard, Dylan Bates, Cody Boehm said, I think I'll take the track position, thank you. As you can see, your favorite driver roll off the pit road. There is your leader, Carl Gerard. Let's maybe have a chat with him up here in the V-Speed booth. What do you think about that? Hey, Carl, it's Morgan up in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy? Got a copy. All right. No audio for the driver of the 23, unfortunately, but that's okay. We can chat with a different driver. How about cross-reference with who is left in the chat here? Let's talk with Christopher Heiner. How about, is he still on the pit lane? Just exiting pit road. Where are we here? We are not 1 to green yet. All right, let's chat with the driver of the 24. Christopher Heiner, Morgan up the V-Speed booth. You got a copy.
Hey, how you doing?
I am doing well. So it's been a bit of an eventful day so far for the 24. Started in 20th, currently where you're running. You were up as high as right around the top 10. Obviously, a couple crazy accidents have happened already. That 17 flying through the air with no one really knowing where he's going to go. What's it going to take for you to work your way up in these last 25 laps to the front of the field and to see if you can get a win here?
Hopefully just trying to stay out of other people's wrecks. I've been trying to stay in the back to stay out of trouble, and it seems like I always just get caught up in it at no fault of my own, but we'll just see what happens. I'm just going to keep pushing and try to take my time and just let things sort themselves out and see what happens at the end.
Right on. Are you able to make it to the end on fuel?
I doubt it.
No?
It's going to be very close if I'm able to, but I don't know if I will or not.
Noted. Somebody told me 40 laps at the start of the show, and I'm starting to think that they were lying to me.
No, I'm sitting with roughly 20 laps, so it's going to put me at, 56? I'll be about 4 short.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Copy that. Well, that's a new wrinkle for this race. But how have you enjoyed your run so far? Currently up to 10th now that most of the field pitted in front of you.
Oh, I've enjoyed it. This is my first season back with the Rebels. I raced with them before, so this is my first race back in about a year or two. So I love it. I have fun here, and it's a good time.
Right on. Glad to hear it. While we have you up here in the booth, anyone you want to shout out or thank for this top 10 run so far?
Just my wife for letting me come out and race on these Sunday nights and have fun with the guys.
I hear that all the way, and I'm sure everyone else in the chat understands exactly what you're talking about. But good luck the rest of the way, Christopher, and we'll maybe talk to you in the top 3.
Thanks, sir. Have a good one.
You bet. Dark Horse Motorsports, Kyle. How about Christopher Heiner? Apologies, Christopher Heiner. Running in the 10th spot currently. I did not realize we were green. Apologies, everybody. Missed the pace lap there. No harm, no foul, fortunately. Got the wrong button on the screen. Apologies. We'll get this sorted out. Now we're live. Sorry, everyone. Top 3 pulled away. Bame, Davis, Cofield. 2 by 2. 5th through 9th. As we work up to lap number 40, fuel is a concern. As we have now heard, Dylan Bates maybe hitting the pit lane. Yes. We've got Bame and Bates hitting the pit road together. Not sure if that will get them enough fuel to win. We'll see. Interesting strategy. It's the battle up front is a good one. Eric Tracy trying to roll the high line all on his own. Not going to do it. Side draft pulling him back. He's going to fall in the clutches of the 43. We got 2 packs here. Another driver hitting pit road. I believe that is the 9. It's not. It's the 23. Although pitting on his own. Interesting stuff here. The strategies really coming into play. I'm thinking most of these drivers need a green flag pit stop to make it to the end, or it's going to be very close, as this time by would be 21 laps to go. And if we can only go 20, could spell interesting strategy for the field. When do you pit? We saw some drivers pit very early. Bates and Bame, currently the last two on the lead lap. There they are, right in front of this group. Off the rear bumper. You can see it. That is a scary sight. A truck way off. I think that's Kieran Church again, just doing his thing. We have trucks in the wall. There's a spin. Rick Rubes in the outside wall. Heavy left front damage. They're still spinning in front of him. That's going to... Oh, there goes the 43. That's going to shake up the field tremendously. Do a quick replay on that. Salty South Leather Wreckage Rewind on the 81, running the bottom. You get some help from the 3. No, just loose on his own. And into the 43 and spins again with help, with contact from the 3. Yeah, that's just a mess. Unfortunate for all involved. Back to the live shot. Rick Rubes struggling still. Bame and Tracy with a decent gap on Cofield. Bates and Bame are just about to go a lap down. There's only 4 cars in the lead group. Kyle Roberts, after the crash with the 81, leading a train of drivers. Holt, actually, oh, caution's out now. The caution is out. This will change everything. What happened? I don't see anyone would have necessarily caused the caution. I don't see anyone spun or anything. Maybe something to do with the Rick Rube machine. Let's go back and see if we can figure it out. Really looks good here. The 81. I don't see anything that would cause an accident. Cause a caution, I should say. Wow, that is interesting stuff. Interesting. We'll have to some clarification later of where that caution came from. But for now, Jacob Bame is your leader, and the 2 drivers who caught the biggest of breaks, Cody Bame and Dylan Bates. They already made their pit stop. Everyone else is going to pit this time. They should be able to make it to the end on fuel, I would think, and inherit first and second position. But we're going to find out after a quick commercial break. We'll watch the pit stops that they peel off this time. Then we'll go to commercial. Looks like we will peel off the pit lane, hit the pit road. Jacob Bame leads them down. There are now only 5 drivers who still have a faster pair available. Bame, Tracy, Carlson, Bigley. That's your list. Tracy off the pit lane. Bame shortly behind him. There's Davis. Jimmy Cofield. As we're going to come back for a shootout right after a quick commercial break. And word from our sponsors who've been watching the Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series, presented by Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, KTM. Be back right after this.
And here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin there, cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
The Milo gets burned!
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Swack.
A punch from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
Back here on V-Speed. 44 laps into 60 here. Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series. Race number 1 of the season. Season number 9. That is unbelievable to say. We're going to get to our second award of the day. That driver is going to be the one on your screen. Corey Bigley, who is right beside the Biscuits Bluey machine. Beast 3D Printing Best Appearing Paint Award, Corey Bigley. Congratulations. This is certainly one to put up on the wall. It's a big one. Can't win it twice in a season. First one of the year goes to the 128. Pace lights are out. Trucks roll through turns 3 and 4. Shootout. We can all make it on fuel. 15 laps to go. When they get back to the line. We still have not given out a hard luck award tonight. I'm sure we will find a worthy recipient in the near future. That's how Daytona works. It giveth and it taketh very quickly. Into the restart zone. One more time, hopefully for the final time. Eric Tracy with a good launch, but the 18 is right to his door. No help to speak of behind him. Going to easily clear as the 60 and the 67 are working together. 18's going to slot in behind him. Those three have been at the front all day, and here comes your pole sitter, Kyle Roberts. First time we've said his name in quite a while. He's up to the 4th spot. As we got a battle for second, 18's trying to go to the high line, and he's got the 35 with him. Can anyone unseat Eric Tracy? Off of turn 4, the answer is not yet. Here comes the 18, going to lead at the line. He will not. Eric Tracy going to get the job done another time. 3 wide, a little further back, Elliot Carlson. 3 wide on the high line. Around Heiner. Heiner just about chopped the nose of Veith. No harm, no foul on the left side, the right side, how about, of your screen. As we continue on 2 by 2 by 2 all the way through this field. One truck. That's Oswald off the surface. But don't look now. Here comes Kieran Church. Last year's winner. As we go 3 by 3. Scary times for these drivers. As where do you go? Who do you block? We're going to go 4 wide. Back down to 3 wide, and we're wiggling and shaking. 4 wide now. Goodness gracious. This is unsustainable. 97's going to get clear of it. Somehow, Jacob Boehm got shoved to the outside. He cannot get the momentum back. Eric Tracy continues to lead. Very pleased that he is not caught up in this intense racing. Got Johnny Cofield going to sneak to his outside. Getting a great push from Mickey the Speedway King Isaac. Not sure if he still reigns supreme today, but the 01 showing he's got some speed in that 0-1. Trying to make a move, potentially. To the outside. Not going to happen yet. Jeremiah Holt right behind him. Bame's going to try and slide in front of Carlson on the third lane, make that one start happening. So let's see what it looks like. The leader of the high line, a little bit of a block there from the 73. And you can see the lead, and it's so close. Cofield's got it. Tracy wants it, but so does Bame, and look at the momentum that you're gained. Great shots here. We see Davy Jones come back on the racetrack from pit road. Oh, we got a spin. Oh, big crash. Oh, no. That's going to destroy most of the field. See the 73 flying through the air. 24's in it, so is the 3. That all started with Stephen Davis. Oh, it was looking great. The racing was phenomenal. Kyle Roberts, the pole sitter, is involved. Oh, my. That is a big accident. We saw it with Stephen Davis. Let's go back and figure out how this happened. Already in the crash right there. See Stephen Davis on the bottom. And the blimp view might help us. Second car on the bottom. Light on the front. Pushing Tracy. I think it's just a case of a little bit of contact from the 73. It's exactly what it was. He's up the track a little bit. Yeah, 73 goes down. Catches Mickey Isaac as well, and there's a bunch of trucks involved. Saw the 73 go tumbling through the air. See if he's all right. From the gyro cam, hold on to your lunch, folks. This one, you might feel this one at home. Stephen Davis, who's inside right there, thinks he's going to get through it, and boom. Did not go all the way over, but disaster for the 73. That was another Salty South Leather wreckage rewind. The 5th of the day. For cautions alone, there were other ones for what we're going to call oopsies up here in the V-Speed booth. Car spinning under pace laps and the like. But Eric Tracy continues to lead. He's going to stay out on the racetrack. Lottridge going to stay with him. So is Bigley. Mike Veith going to inherit a top 5 spot. As the first driver to hit pit road is Jacob Bame. Oh, and he missed the pit box altogether into the inside wall. Fast repair being used. There are now only 4 drivers who have not used fast repair. Your leader, Eric Tracy, Corey Bigley, Stephen Davis is definitely going to need one. There we go. Just 2 drivers remaining without using the fast repair. And they're 2 of the top 3. Eric Tracy, who has led 16 laps of the 50 runs so far. And Corey Bigley, who's up 11 positions to the 3rd spot from 14th. I think we found our tough luck award, hard luck award, whatever you want to call it. I believe it's Stephen Davis would be that driver. First one of the year, presented by Rice Farms, the hard luck award. Driver of the 60 was running up in the top 5. Side draft gone wrong, turned him into the outside wall. Fast repair is gone. He is back to 14th with under 10 to go. Can he make it up? You know, that's not what the 60 wanted out of this day. That is your Rice Farms Hard Luck Award winner. I want to thank all the sponsors for sponsoring their various awards. Salty South Leather, No Neck Fast Repair, Rice Farms, Beast 3D Printing, and of course, Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, KTM for everything that they do for this league. Appreciate them. Pace lights are out. Going back green here in about 2 miles. Or a 7 or 8, something like that. Lap dash to the finish, just under 10 laps to get to the end. Who is it going to be? It'll be Eric Tracy, who has had the mainstay at the front of the field. Could it be Bluey in the 03, Lottridge on the high side? How about Bigley? How about Bame? Cody Bame, the one we have not seen up at the front for most of the day. Elliot Carlson, can he come through the field? Dylan Bates is the last driver on the lead lap. There he is. A lot of beat-up trucks here tonight, but we know that anyone can win it if you're on the lead lap, and there are 16 of them on the lead lap. The drivers who aren't: Jeremiah Holt, Christopher Heiner, Mickey Isaac, Kyle Roberts, Jimmy Cofield, and Rick Rube. The drivers not on the lead lap. But for 16 of them, the opportunity presents itself. What can you do to etch your name in racing history and win at Daytona? Now's the time to make your move and chase the glory. The pace truck will momentarily turn off of the racetrack onto pit road. There it goes. As the field is 2x2 into the Geico restart zone, Eric Tracy with another launch. We got trucks in the outside wall. That's Mike Veith. Big issues for the 9. That's going to check up the entire outside line. Very similar to what happened to the 35 earlier in the show. Goodness gracious. The outside line is treacherous on the restarts, but we're formed up. We got a 3 wide, a little further back to the 43. Oh, 43's wrecking. Kieran Church is in it. We stay green, but that is going to effectively take the 22 out of the event. Hefty damage on that truck. Not sure what happened to the 43, Mike Bertosa, to cause that issue. Looks like there's steering issues with the 43. Having a hard time keeping it pointed in a single direction as he falls through the field very quickly. Eric Tracy getting moved off the bottom for the lead. Lottridge going to get around him. So is Bame. The top 6 or 7 have gotten away from the field. The gap back to Stephen Davis is 1.6 seconds. It's essentially a 7-truck battle for the win. They're 3 wide at the back of this field. 18 is going to wisely slide down the racetrack behind Oswald. Remember, the 17 spun through the air not that many laps ago. As we work our way, 6 laps to go here in Daytona. Lottridge leads. One of the first times today it's not been the 66 out front. But he wants back there. You can tell. Driving the wheels off of it right now to try and get the opportunity to get to the outside of the 03. Caution's out on the speedway. Caution is out on the speedway. This changes everything. There's the 43 who is around. That is a huge break for everyone 8th on back. But what happened to the 43 to spin him all the way around? Way slower than the rest of the field is. Just a little contact there with the 22. And I don't know if that 43 can't turn or what's going on, but that's the 3rd car he's wrecked here in the last 5 laps. Might need to park that one for the day. Mike Bertosa in the 43, bringing out your Salty South Leather Wreckage Rewind another time. That should set up a green-white checker as we are 5 to go right now. This just got interesting. Let me tell you, folks. Can we make it on fuel? I think so. Can we make it on patience? I don't know. That's a good question. I'd be frustrated if I was your top 7. I'd be elated if I was Stephen Davis in 8th. And I'd be devastated if I was Dylan Bates in the 91 who got spun into the outside wall. Add Kieran Church to that list. He got used up pretty good as well on the backstretch a couple laps ago. Does anybody pit? I don't think so. I don't see anyone coming down the pit lane. Mike Veith, Dylan Bates, the first 2 takers from 12th and 13th. Nobody behind them. This will give up all the track position, but it might get you a slightly better truck to the end of the race. We're going to take our final commercial break of the race. We'll be back in just a bit to catch the final few laps here at Daytona. You've been watching the Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series, presented by Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and KTM. We'll see you right after this.
Here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
The wheel gets burned!
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Zwack.
A push from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it at Auto Club.
Back here on V-Speed, looking down at the World Center of Racing. 3 laps to go. Natural green-white checker. So we're under the final pace lap of this most recent caution. If you've enjoyed what you've seen so far here on V-Speed with your host and producer Morgan Cook, I hope you'll stick around a little while longer. Hit the like and subscribe button. Don't miss a second of the action. Don't miss any races that we have going on throughout the week. There are plenty of them. Now we added Sunday to our rotation with this series, the Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series. We've also got races on Monday with VSRL, Tuesday with QSR and the Sim Racer Hub League, apologies. Racing Revolution Wednesday, QSR Thursday, Friday, Saturdays. We got leagues all over the place. Make sure to hit the subscribe button to the channel, like the videos, and hit the little bell icon so you don't miss a moment of what we got going on here on V-Speed. It means a lot to us to bring this racing to you, racing you can't see anywhere else. And these drivers, some of them, I'm sure are loving this. Your front row, Cody Bain, who has barely been out front all day, Jason Lottridge, you can say the same for the Bluey number 03, currently in position number 1. Eric Tracy has been the mainstay at the front. Josh Oswald was up at the front after starting in the back. Then he had an accident. Spun through the air in turn 3 and 4. He is now up into the top 4. As hopefully for the final time tonight, we are racing here at Daytona. Decent restart for the top line. They are in order. Will they be able to get the run off of turn number 2? Here we will see. Massive push. Look at the 03. Look at the run he's getting. He's going to get around the 78 easily. So will the 67, maybe even the 18. Oswald's pushing all he can, but it's not quite enough. Oh, he's going to spin him. Lottridge to the inside. Where does the 03 end up? Where does the 03 end up? On the racetrack safely. But race win not possible anymore as we come back to the white flag. The one that will end the race if there is a caution. White flag is out. Cody Bain is going to capture that white flag. Will he capture the final one, the checker, in 2.5 miles? Big blocking on the high line, 3 wide. Eric Tracy going to get out ahead. A truck length ahead. He's got Bigley pushing him. Stephen Davis comes back in the fold. 2x2 for second, 2x2 for third. Can anyone get the momentum? 67's got some contact. Almost turned to the outside wall. Off of turn 4. It's going to be a drag race. He's going to get spun. He's going to get spun on the line. Here comes the 78. They're all wrecking. Every single truck's wrecking. And across the line, Mike Veith. Oh my goodness. What did we just witness? I am lost for where we got to go back and see that one. How did he do that? From the blimp. He's not even in the pack. Is the 9. Look at this racing. This is insane. Just like last year. Wreck coming to the checker. Every single truck is involved. And here comes the 9. Through the middle. Winner. Unbelievable. I don't know how he just did that. Let's go back and watch it again from a higher view. We saw the 67 get turned by the 128. Just simply some drafting gone wrong. See, everyone's kind of out of shape here. Nothing you can do. This is just racing at the end of it. And unfortunately, that worked its way up to the 78. And there goes the 9 through the middle as Stephen Davis goes through another wild ride. Wow, what a finish. As your winner is the 9 of Mike Veith. I can't believe it. Phenomenal drive from 21st to the win. And how many laps did he lead? The last one. And that's it. But we'll be back after a quick break here for the Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series, presented by Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and KTM. Be back here after a quick break with your results and interviews with your top 3, Mike Veith, Jacob Boehm, and Davy Jones, after a wild race in Daytona. Catch you in just a few.
comes Milo. Big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
The wheel gets burned!
Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes Swack.
A push from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it at Auto Club.
Back here on V-Speed, your Flexible Freight Solutions post-race show, and what a post-race show it's going to be. Here at Daytona, just wrapped up 60 laps. In fact, we went a little bit more, overtime. But it was worth every second of it. Mike Veith came home with a surprise victory, parted the seas, won the race. Jacob Bain in second. Davy Jones comes home in third. Same thing as the 9. Those two drivers started on the last row of the field today. Manzo's going to finish fourth, and Cody Bain will finish in fifth. Elliot Carlson was never really a factor here tonight, finishes in the 6th spot. Still a good run considering where he ran most of the day. Stephen Davis probably felt like a pinball and a yo-yo from the back to the front, and he finishes in the 7th position. Kieran Church finishes in 8th after an eventful day. Gerard in 9th, and Oswald, another eventful day, finishes in the 10th position. 11th spot, Eric Tracy, the driver who probably had the dominant truck tonight. In 11th is where he'll finish after getting spun off of turn 4. Dylan Bates in 12th. Holt 13th. Lottridge and Bigley round out your top 15. Bertosa with that damaged truck finishes the last truck on the lead lap in the 16th position. Heiner is going to finish in 17th. Cofield, that's Jimmy Cofield, in 18th. Mickey the King Isaac, 19th. Rick Rube in 20th. Last two drivers, Kyle Roberts, your pole sitter, and Cofield in the 3. So that's a look at your Flexible Freight Solutions post-race show. Now let's have a chat with our top 3. We're going to start off with Davy Jones. All right, let's get him up here in the booth. Davy Jones, it's Morgan up here in the booth. You got a copy. Davy, do we have a copy?
Hey, Mike, or Morgan, how you doing?
I am doing well, but probably not as well as the driver of the 10, who I don't know.
The driver of the 10 got really lucky today.
I don't know how you did that. I don't know how you were able to pass like 15 cars, come into the checker, but you did it. And you ended up finishing the 3rd spot. The same thing happened last year to various drivers, but let's talk about the crash first. When you see a big pile of smoke in front of you and the checkered flags on the other side of it, what do? Are you a slow down, pick your way through it, or are you foot to the floor until you see the checkered flag?
Well, it's kind of a mix. I let up just enough so I could see where everybody's starting to spin, and then I just put it to the floor. And you kind of go for where they were, hoping they're gone when you get there.
And clearly they were for you tonight. But other than that, so let's take the wreck out of it at the end there. Decent day for the number 10. Started shotgun on the field in last position, 22nd. We saw you up battling kind of around the top 10 for parts of this race. What did you need a little bit extra to just get up there and fight with these guys up at the front of the field for the top 5?
Well, honestly, that's pretty much the strategy I run on these super speedways because they usually end up about like this one did. And I won't qualify. I'll start in the back and I'll just kind of take my time and cruise for a little while, and then I'll start slowly picking my way back up. And that's kind of what I did tonight. I'd get up there and I'd kind of let myself go back, and I'd go back up again.
Clearly, that was a good move because you avoided most of the accidents we had tonight. Were you part of the big one? I don't recall. If I saw the 10 as part of that massive crash, either the one into turn
Yeah,
2 or out of
yeah, I
3.
got it. Yeah, I got into it. It tore the car up. I went down and got a fast repair and got back in. And fortunately, I managed to get the lucky dog, got my lap back, and got a chance to run at the end.
Well, if I told you there were only 2 drivers who didn't use a fast repair tonight, would you believe me?
Oh, I think you can tell it's the first night on a super speedway for sure.
Well, season 9 kicked off with a bang for sure. Davy Jones, who do you want to shout out for this third place finish here at Daytona?
Oh, you know, I'd like to thank Tyler for putting the series back together. We all missed it. We haven't raced for a little while, and you guys at V Speed for putting on an excellent broadcast. Uh, my team guys at Velocity for being there and helping me get back into it, and just all the guys who put in some time and come out here on a Sunday night and have some fun.
Right on. Well, good to hear from you, Davey, and hopefully we'll hear from you more this season. But a third place, great way to start the season here at Daytona.
Thank you very much. I sure hope so.
All right, that is your third place finisher, Davy Jones. I don't see a Jacob Bame anywhere in our Discord here, so we're gonna go straight. The guy who won the thing, Mike Veith. Mike, it's Morgan up in the V Speed booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
I think the obvious question I have for you is how on earth did you do that?
They started wrecking. I just put it on the floor, and I wasn't going to lift till I saw God or the checkered flag.
Oh, what a wonderful quote.
I didn't touch a soul on the way through there. I don't know how.
Yeah, we rode
I'm
on
still
board.
shaking.
We rode on board with you.
I
It was unreal. I mean, that's the stuff of legend right there. You could try that another 100 times and it would never work out.
I know. I don't know how, but oh, what a night! I just tried to stay out of trouble. It didn't really work. I got caught up. Somebody ran over me from behind on the first caution. I'd already used my fast repair, and I screwed up and used my set of tires. On that next to last restart, I was started fourth. I spun the tires really bad. I don't know, but wow.
Sometimes it just works out that way. Everything could possibly go wrong. And then all of a sudden it all just works out, puts you in exactly the right position. And super speedway racing will sometimes do that. You put
Oh,
yourself in a spot and here we are.
I would have been happy with a top 10, but I'm just ecstatic over this. I'm still shaking.
Well, you bettered that by 9 spots coming home with the win. First win of the season, season 9. That means, Mr. Veith, you are locked into the playoffs.
I know. Usually I'm fighting around the last spot to get in, I guess I'm gonna have to get serious about it now.
A lot of practice to get put in for those
Yeah,
playoff
I know.
races, but now you got 8 weeks to figure it out. That's the beauty
I know.
of winning race 1.
I want to thank everybody for putting this league on. Tyler, all the sponsors, you guys for broadcasting. Wow, I can't wait to go back and watch the broadcast and see. What a night!
Yeah, we got your drive through that incident. We watched that one. That was the first thing we went back and watched, so you'll be able to see that. But yeah, what a great finish! Congratulations, Mike, on the win. And I mean, you already got to who you want to shout out, but do you have anything else you want to say before I put you back in the waiting room?
I can't think. My mind is so scrambled right now. I'm just still in shock from pulling this off. But say, I want to thank everybody for putting on the league. You guys for broadcasting. I'm gonna have to really buckle down and make the most of the playoffs and see what I can do when it gets to that point.
Right on. Well, we wish you well there, but don't forget to come back up and visit us here in the V Speed booth for the rest of these regular season races.
I hope I get to. I honestly do. So this was the highlight of my year. I was off iRacing for a month and a half. I had ankle surgery on my right foot, and of course you can't run pedals when your foot's in a cast. So, just glad to be back. And my gosh, I just don't know what to say other than that. Just thanks to everybody, and it was funny, all the people on race comms after I won. But oh, I guess that's about all I have to say. I'm still in shock. If I had a half hour to compose myself, I might be able to come up with something more intelligent.
All good. We're here for those excited moments. You know, drivers getting their first win of the year in surprising fashion, which I think we can all agree. You parted the seas, and I don't think any of us had you pegged as the winner entering the white
No,
flag lap. I think you were like
I got a
14th or something like
I
that. It
got
was
a
wild.
bad restart. I got around. I had a head of steam coming. I thought, if I get there, I'm gonna pass a couple people and pull out a top 10. And then that happened, and I guess better to be lucky than good sometimes.
Sometimes you sure got that top 10. But congratulations, Mike. We'll put you back in the waiting room and go savor this win a little bit.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
You bet. All right, that's your winner. A very excited Mike Veith, first win of the season here in race number 1. That was the Flexible Freight Solutions post-race show. But that is going to wrap it up here for the original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series, presented by Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, KTM. It was a fun one tonight here at Daytona. Overtime, and the finish was spectacular. Let's look ahead to next week at Iowa. 130 laps, 1 week from today, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you come back for that one. Iowa always puts on a good show in these trucks. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button on the video. Hit the notification bell and stick around a while. We're glad to have you here. I've been your host, Morgan Cook, and for everyone else at V-Speed, Bradley Cooper, Eddie Smith, Adam Baker, all the other producers and commentators, have a great night. Hopefully see you tomorrow right back here on V-Speed. If you still want some more racing action, the Sunoco Cup Series is live at the moment. Go tune over to watch them. We'll see y'all later. Have a good night.